happy people, and welcome to a special.
Hi.
A special
Yeah.
a special podcast. Hello.
Hello.
Not an emergency podcast as such, just a special one. Just because we felt like doing one today.
Yeah.
And we hadn't done any for a while, so we're catching up with stuff.
We're back.
Yeah. Chaotic as ever.
So what's on the agenda, folk? The trans agenda.
The trans agenda.
Yeah.
Doesn't somebody have Lee? Doesn't Lee have like a newsletter called the Trans Agenda?
I think it's trans rights.
Okay.
No, I just mean more generally, as in like.
Someone from Blue Sky, Lee somebody, I can't remember his surname now.
Oh, okay.
Trans agenda, as in like the trans mafia, as in like the trans lobby, the secret cabal.
I'm second in command of the Overlord Executive Second Committee for sneaking trans people into sport.
You know what, Poppy? We can paint it gold for you.
Oh.
Really?
And then you can pretend you're a gold medal winner.
And I could have it round my neck for everybody to see.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that would be so cool, rolling down the street. Were you in the Special Olympics? Sorry, the Paralympics, sorry, whatever it's called now. I'll be like, nah bitch, I came second at being a rainbow.
Keep rolling, Linkin Park style. Yeah. Rolling.
It's not about TFC.
No, not this week.
It's about one Sharon Davis, who is sitting in the Lords. I don't know what her title is. Is Sharon Davis MBE or
I think so.
I don't know.
It's
second place, isn't it?
It's second place. So she's
She's not quite a dame, is she? No.
There ain't nothing like a dame.
She's nothing like one.
No. Yeah.
I don't know. What we got to go up to and say, "All right, Duchess."
You're right. Her and Baroness Kowinski. It's not. It's Faulkner. But for some reason, I have Kowinski stuck in my head as Baroness.
That's
Faulkner's
a cooler name. I like it.
Yeah, I don't know where it's come from or what. I thought it was like maybe a MASH thing or an Aliens thing or something like that. But no, apparently not. Apparently, I just made it up.
So what's Miss Davis been doing?
Ms. Davis. Are we sure it's Ms. Davis? Are we sure? Not sure it's not Mr. or
I've always thought it was. I've always coined her for a she they or a they she. But then you shouldn't assume gender.
You shouldn't assume somebody's gender. No, that's absolutely true.
Even though she once called me I think she was a biological man. She called me online once. But yes.
Are you sure it wasn't like you're biological? Man. That's like amazing. You're biological.
You're not an android. You're not a robot.
Yeah.
It's like we plant the seeds, okay?
Yeah, we plant the seeds, and then the
nature
grows the seeds,
right?
And then we eat the seeds.
Wow, was that rehearsed?
We are biological.
It's from Bill and Ted, I think.
It's not. It's from the young ones.
Oh, it's from the young ones. Okay.
Which really shows our age.
Yeah, it does.
I am the young one.
Sorry, not that Bill and Ted's doesn't.
Show your age, even
I
though.
love Bill and Ted.
No
totally
way.
Excellent. Totally
Way?
excellent.
No way.
Way?
Okay.
It's getting gnarly up in here.
It's totally bogus.
Yeah.
So, back on course. We can't be too
relevant.
Yeah, totally that. I mean, but back on course. Apparently, Billy Second Place or whatever his name is has said something to do with exactly what women should do with their bodies.
Oh, yeah.
Again.
Oh, so what was the first one?
That would be trans women.
Oh, right, okay. But now she's turning on her supposed own kind.
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
You mean biological women?
Well, no, because like she was against biological women doing what they wanted with their body either if they wanted to transition.
Is she against anyone who isn't anyone who isn't Davis?
She is against anyone who isn't cis.
Ah.
Her
and a few people that are, it seems.
Yeah, quite a few people, like half the population now.
But anyway, sorry I interrupted you.
No, it's okay. Yeah, so she and Baroness Faulkner have written an article in the Times or been cited in an article in the Times being against abortion pills by post.
That's my short face.
Yeah.
I'm
Which is
really
not
sure.
really abortion pills by post. It's like you still have to have a consultation. I believe. You don't have to like call the doctor and speak to the doctor and stuff.
It's a sensationalist term,
Yeah,
isn't it?
and they're not abortion pills in terms of like legally. They're morning after pills. But she's against them being able to be prescribed. You look confused.
I am confused, yeah.
What is confusing you?
I'm not sure how we've gone from abortions to morning after pills.
The pills that she is against are effectively morning after pills. They prevent. If I remember correctly, they prevent the egg becoming embedded in the uterus.
Yeah, they terminate the fertilization.
I think the birdie noise in the background really sort of says what we're talking about here. There is no baby at that stage.
No. Well, there's no baby until the baby is born.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that bit is open to a bit more loose of an interpretation.
Yeah.
But Captain Swimmy Swimmy
and Mrs. Egg.
Mrs. Egg
Miss Egg.
have like
They're not married.
barely made contact at this stage.
Yeah.
In fact, Mr. Swimmy Swimmy is just like doing a fucking celebration dance because you know what?
He's just made it in.
And he's actually beaten.
He was first.
First, yeah.
About 3 to
place.
7. Is it million or
I know.
billion sperms?
Yeah, a
Shut
lot.
up.
Yeah, a lot of sperm.
Wow, I mean that is coming first.
Yeah.
That's definitely one
was
sense
good.
of coming first.
Yes. But yeah.
And another sense of coming first.
Is he wasn't second.
Yeah. So I don't know if the morning after pill terminates before meiosis
Depends.
or after meiosis takes place. The dividing of
The divisions.
divisions of the cell, yeah, where it starts to form into a little life form.
Well, like I say, you know, whilst the big two might have finished going, boom, baby, the little two that actually create the baby really are just sort of like rocking up to the venue and
the point
and
is,
sipping drinks nervously
But
as they
really-
start opening conversation about
About what they did last week and what their jobs are and
what their medal sticks in.
Yeah.
But the point is that
Or are they
Heather's
waiting
trying
to
to
dip their
make
medals?
is that it's it's to do with bodily autonomy. It's a woman's right to be able to take a morning after pill, to be able to have it, to prevent or for early termination of a potential pregnancy. So yeah, it's their choice, their body, their choice. There was a tweet actually someone shared that I think Sharon Davis tweeted about a year ago where she said she was pro-choice. And then fast forward a year.
Well, that's
After she's been given the money from Alliance Defending Freedom or something.
Yeah, ADF.
Allegedly. I don't
Well,
know if
that's
she's been given money.
Isn't that because she needs to hook up with fucking scumbags? Because, dearie me, she's been nasty to a very, very small minority, and people in this country don't like it, and so now this country, the fucking world, mate, doesn't like it.
Now she's going to be nasty to a majority.
But she now sits in the House of Lords as well, so she gets like £600 a day or something.
I thought it was £300 a day.
Oh, okay. I'll take your word
But
for that.
you do have to turn up. There isn't a position that you have to be. Like, you don't have to be in second place in the queue. It's not like the money goes down. You just have to show up.
Yeah, so...
Participation medal then.
But, I mean, how has she got time to... This is a good question, isn't it? Because she's obviously getting these bungs from these right-wing Nazi groups that are fundamentalist Christians.
There's pictures of her with them online.
Yeah.
So it's like, what works out better financially for her? Is it actually having to bother to turn up and do some fucking work? Or... I suppose when you only know about how to work second place, yeah. So actually, no. I think we're probably better off if she's getting enough money not to turn up to her day job, because let's face it, do you want that fucking voice in the fucking House of Lords, wasting time that could be put to making Britain a better place?
Alongside Cass. Still can't.
And Baroness Faulkner.
All of them are in the Lords.
But it's not really surprising because, I mean, the right wing people like the ADF, the Alliance for Defending Freedom, have jumped on like anybody who's anti-trans and been supportive of them and pushed them to a more right-wing agenda.
It's a gateway drug, isn't it?
Well, it's the whole...
It's a gateway drug to even more extreme authoritarian Nazi bigotry.
Okay, so in terms of gateway, I think it's a gateway in the sense that it is crossing the threshold between attempting to seem like not a fucking Nazi
and not caring.
And, well, not necessarily not caring, but being willing to lower yourself to the lowest possible common denominator for the attention and the money. So that's kind of where it's the gateway, and it's one of those no way back thresholds, because everybody that has human standards of any way, shape or form, they're like, well, actually, no, you're just fucking picking on people who really don't have a voice to defend themselves and don't even want to fight with you. So we don't accept you as being a decent human being anymore. And so even though they might regret it, they can't really come back through the gateway. It's like the door has slammed behind them of opportunity to be seen as anything but a cunt.
Now they just have to go lower.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Until their appearance changes into a Frisian-esque kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then, for some reason, their face rips.
Yeah. Torn. Yeah, you mean the TFC, torn face cows?
That's we didn't think she was going to appear in this one, but yes.
Yeah.
Sharon Davis has got, I suppose.
TFC?
Yeah, she's got TFC as an idol, as a role model, as somebody who maybe she can blag a trip to the Mediterranean on their yacht.
So yeah,
say
up the orcas.
Bigotry
Ouch.
Bigotry diminishes beauty.
Bigotry diminishes beauty.
It certainly does.
Are you working that into an article?
I have a few. I have a few on the go.
Put some aloe vera over there if you want.
There's a cream for that. None relating to said swimmer. No. She's just not that cool. She's just not that interesting.
She's just not that cool. She's not cool enough for Sophie to take care for Sophie to write an article about her.
She's so last year, and even then she wasn't that.
And considering round here we're really getting into the retro theme, it's like last year is just not cool.
Yeah, it has to be at least 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Come back to me in 20 years' time, Miss Davis, and then you can mail it to someone who cares.
Boom!
Mic drop.
But yeah, we're not.
Don't be dropping my mic.
No, we don't go expensive. We don't want to pander. We don't want to pander to these fools anymore, because they're beneath us. Trans people are superior.
Well, we
but not in
are
that,
certainly
not in that way.
Second place.
Yes.
But I mean,
the only thing beneath me is my teeth.
I mean, I think I think that what you have to really think about is these people and why they shouldn't be taken as anything more than jokes by the population in general. They always follow a virtually identical pathway from seemingly respectable, shall we say, in inverted commas, person to spouting the most rancid possible ideologies and the most ludicrous non-truths and outright fabrications. It's virtually identical the way they do it, and they do go through that threshold. And what we're really talking about is they were never nice people. You know, when you actually think about what anyone is, in terms of like their job, their career, or whatever, if you look at the people that you're faced with, very few of them are in a career that a lot of people would even call a career, and pretty much none of them have ever been completely the top of their game. And it really is this bizarre. It's what I call crippled narcissism. Because what it really is these people's desire to be somebody is so fucked up that it actually twists them on themselves so that they make themselves impossible to be somebody. Because, being second best of the people who just happen to be allowed to compete in this particular place on that day of history is what Sharon Davis is. She is happy to talk about the fact that her medal is painted gold. Instead of going, you know what, in something that literally matters fucking nothing to the survival of the people in this country or this planet. And you've got this amazing sort of,
platform?
Yeah. It's a platform for being forgettable. You are given a platform for being forgettable, and it's just you'd think that in that instance, having had the opportunity to do your all in something that most people don't get, you'd be grateful with life, but she's not. Because to her, she knows that she's forgettable, and she can't take that. She can't take the fact she didn't win. She can't take the fact that she's utterly forgettable. And
It's desperation.
exactly, and if we look at certain other people, you can definitely see a conjunction with their fall into insignificance, their lack of attention, acclaim, their lack of a voice.
A comedy writer, an author.
You name them. Maybe you're not the greatest barrister in history either. Say. And so they get that hit of attention, and instead of going, you know what, still, I have more in the world than just about everybody else. I'm happy with that. The crippled narcissist thing means that they just can't stop trying to reach for the attention.
It's a good description. Great description.
Thank you. And so they keep on. That's why they step to nastier and nastier and nastier and lower and lower and lower places. It's because that's what gets them the quick fix of attention. That's what gets them a hit. Now, I guess the point of my little ramble here is, why are you giving a person like that a voice anyway? And seeing as more extreme things always draw more attention than incredibly sensible things, why is anybody listening to these fucking idiots?
Exactly.
Because
Well said.
it supports their. Well, why are they listening to them? Because it supports their worldview, that
Right.
they're attacked and they're no longer it. Like other people, it's a whole sort of. It's like people have a zero. Some people anyway have a zero-sum game view of society. It's like if I'm not stepping on you,
You'll be stepping
on me, or the only way that you can do well is if I do badly. It's not we can do well together, we can be successful, we can be nice people, we can have a lovely community together. It's I have to be top dog because I have to step on everybody else.
And that is, I mean, this is the whole problem with, actually, it's a deeper ingrained thing in the whole of society, really. But the view that you have to step on or be stepped on, and that's brought into your life right at the very early stages. Just like you have swimming lessons at school. Not only do you have swimming lessons, but you have swimming competitions and running competitions, and somebody gets a prize for getting the best highest score in the spellings tests or whatever else, or whatever the modern equivalent is. Whoever can get up porn on their mobile phone in class gets a gold medal from a teacher. I don't know, is that how it works now? So it really is built right through society in all ways, shapes or forms, as opposed to saying, you know what, yeah, exactly, we can work together. But it's such a problematic thing that also people who haven't even thought about these things as concepts, they haven't ever thought about whether or not winning or losing is quite that important. These are the people that end up with all of this public voice. And so, again, these are people with very ill-evolved life views because they have never taken the time to challenge the thoughts that are in their head. So, I guess I would take I would pay much more weight, shall we say, to the opinions of pharmacists, doctors, support charities, absolutely everybody else as to whether or not this is a safe thing for a woman to do with her body, because that's surely if you believe in bodily autonomy and you believe in the power of the individual, then the only thing that matters, especially if you're a feminist, is the safety of your fellow women. Nothing else should matter to you, because, you know,
in this particular context, nothing else would matter. I think, you know, like, you can have other things that matter.
Yeah, but it's like who do you want to be making judgment calls on this?
As long as it's safe, it's only the people themselves who are involved.
Yeah, I don't think it's really a matter for religious zealots who base their worldview on a 2,000-year-old bloody Doctor Who fanzine, basically. You know, it's like we have moved an awful long way past the notion of God. And if there is a God, and God is looking down at people like Sharon Davis, and at the likes of Torn-Faced Cow, and at the likes of Keir Starmer, and at the likes of "Shut up, Wesley! Get off my bridge!" Streeting.
Well done.
You know, I think
very
God's...
good Picard.
That was a good.
That was a really good Picard.
Shucks, I'm being thrown now.
You have the resonance, the sonorous tones.
Well, I was singing a lovely song earlier, wasn't I?
You were singing a lovely song.
Yeah, so, I mean, you know, basically, if there is a God out there that's a highly evolved being, one, it's created a real fuck up in humanity, hasn't it? And two, it will have become so far and above evolved over right-wing fundamentalist Christian nut jobs to be sitting there going, you know what, I don't much like your attitude and what you're doing in my name. But why would you sort of pluck that person and put them in hell when they're already in their own personal one?
Exactly.
Yeah, I agree. I think that there's actually a really interesting theological discussion about what hell is.
Yeah.
In terms of, because the only mention in the Christian Bible about hell is basically the absence of God's love. So Sharon Davis is in hell.
Yeah. And
very well put.
Yeah, it's like I think. I mean, you got to feel. I don't know. I don't feel sorry for her. I do feel pity for her, though. I feel pity for her having had so many opportunities in life and
squandered them.
Squandering them.
No, because squandering them would be better. Using them for hurt.
I think, yeah, I mean, obviously...
Using them to massage your ego.
Yeah, I mean, it's... I think it's... Imagine that's your legacy. I suppose that with an ego problem like that, with a crippled narcissist kind of complex...
A few moments later.
Hello again.
Hola.
Hi.
Buenas tardes. Nice to see you again.
Second place, please.
Yeah, second place. Second. I should actually get my selfie stick for this bit.
Yeah.
If we do that, if we have to do this again.
Saves your arm.
What do you mean if?
Let your arm rest.
If you keep saying things like if this is going to happen again, then I'm just going to keep making you hold that phone for longer and longer and longer.
Okay.
But yeah, thank you all. And Poppy made some amazing, insightful observations this evening, and as did the lovely Heather. So take a bow, both of you. Or,
No.
Or curtsy.
No, I'm not taking about the
That is bodily autonomy in
because
action.
otherwise it'd be like that.
Saying no that's her demonstrating her
Her right to bodily autonomy.
Yeah.
Which hopefully you understand that you have too.
Definitely do. All of you.
All of you.
You. Especially you. you and you.
Please don't, because I've got a medal around my neck. And I know what comes next.
Yeah, let's not go there.
Anyway.
Anywho, on that
Prize.
on that topical note, have a lovely
Evening.
Have a lovely evening.
And see you all soon.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.